perimeter, the perimeter is the outside boundary of a shape. Watch. If I were to, from here to here is 14 inches, from here to here is 6, from here to here is another 14, from here to here is 6. The perimeter is just adding all the sides up, the outside boundary. So the perimeter here would be 14, 14 plus 6 and 6, which I want to say is 40. 40 inches is the perimeter. It's just adding up all the sides around the shape, that's it. So if I said find the perimeter of a triangle, just add up all the sides. If I said find the perimeter of a parallelogram, like that, just add up all the sides. If I said find the perimeter of a trapezoid, just add up all the sides. That's it. Let's find the area now. That's a different story. The area is the space inside the shape. In other words, everything I'm going to highlight right now, watch. All this space that I'm highlighting in yellow, that's area. Okay, that's area. Perimeter is around the shape, area is inside the shape. And I'm looking at that yellow area. The only possible way to measure that yellow area is with squares. How many squares does that take up? Some of you got it when I was walking around, I saw that. Look at these little squares inside. That's why I purposely did this on graph paper. Look at all these squares. Now I can count each one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count them one at a time. Or the shortcut is what, Ontiveros? What you do? Beautiful, that's it. The length is 14. The width is 6. Multiply those puppies. That'll tell you how many squares you get in there. I want to say that's 84 if my coffee is kicked in. Yeah? Was 84 on the videos? 84 what though? 84 what?
Inches.
What kind of inches? Nice. That's three-dimensional. You're going volume, and we're going to get there. I love that. But a little more specific. Not cubic inches. They're square inches. Look at their squares. I was counting the squares. And every single one of those squares is 1 inch on every side. So we call those square inches. Check it out. The way to indicate square inches, you put inches. Look, I did a perimeter of inches, but that's just normal inches. Here, the area is square inches. You take inches to second power because that's referring to the actual little squares that are inside the shape. That's area. That's like a big idea that you got to get in your thick skull today. No offense. Before the day's over, we got to pound the concept of area in our head. That's what the ed puzzles are about. Nice. Area, perimeter. I'm going to play this day in history. While I'm playing this day in history, you're going to get a piece of paper out for notes. I'm only going to go about 10 minutes, and you're going to go off and do your ed puzzles. Get some paper out while I play this day in history. Hit it. Area and perimeter is the title. Let's define perimeter. Underline it. We're only going to define 2 words. Perimeter is, ready, here we go. It is the one-dimensional distance around a shape. Period. And the second word is area. Underline that puppy. Area. The two-dimensional. So I'm going from one-dimensional now to two-dimensional. What the heck does that mean? I'm going to explain right now. The two-dimensional area. Oh no, space. I don't want to use area in the definition of area. The two-dimensional space inside a shape. Boom. The two-dimensional space inside a shape. Copy that down. What do I mean by this one-dimensional? Has anybody been to a 3D movie? What is it about 3D movies that make it 3D? What's special about 3D? What's going on there? What do you see?
That shit pops out. Yeah, man, so it's like more.
So it's like pieces of crap popping out?
Nah, man, so it's like more reality.
Try to like talk like, just like a little higher register of sophistication instead of the SHIT word. I'd really appreciate it, but you're right. It's popping out, huh? What were you gonna say? Dang it. Have you seen a 3D movie, Mr. Rojas? It's popping out. In other words, watch. See that line right there I just drew? That's one dimension. 3D means three dimension, which means this, watch. That's one dimension, it's just a line, just a distance between 2 points. That's 1D. 1D. That'd be a boring movie. Everybody been to a 1D movie? Everything will just be lines. Now let me do 2D. Now it's 2D, two-dimensional. Because I have, watch this now, I have length and I have width. Flat surface is 2D, something is flat. So typical movies that are not 3D are 2D. When you watch a movie, watch TV, sitcom, whatever you're watching, it's just flat. It's just flatness. It's not coming out. 3D is this, right? Now it's coming out. That's 3D. So one dimension is just pure distance, like from me to Gabriel. That's a one-dimensional question. How far am I away from Mr. Gabriel? That's just one dimension. How much carpet is on this floor? Okay, now we're talking length and width. That's two dimensional because flat surface. When you look at me, I'm three dimensions. I'm length, I'm width, and I'm depth. So, looking back at, let's look at the perimeter of definition I gave you. I'm giving you a definition you're not going to see in junior high or elementary school because you guys are Math 3 students. I'm giving you a definition that involves dimensions because I need you to think at a higher level. Watch. So I have a triangle. The perimeter of that triangle is the one-dimensional distance. Look at one-dimensional plus another one-dimensional distance plus another one-dimensional distance. That's perimeter. It's just one dimension, just distance, pure distance, 1D. Versus, look at the area formula now, the area definition rather. The area is the two-dimensional space inside a shape. So let me get that triangle I just drew. So right now you're just paying attention. You don't have to draw all this stuff here. Let me rewrite it over here. Nice. The two-dimensional space inside a shape. So watch this. Look at all this. This is flat surface. This is two-dimensional because it's got length and width. This is 2D space. The perimeter is 1D, distance, distance, distance. That's perimeter. That's one-dimensional. Area inside is 2D. Miss Quintero just a little while ago, I think during warm-up, talked about cubic. Something about cubic. That's where we're headed. That's 3D. In other words, what if I were to take this What if I take this triangle and spin it around an axis? Imagine me taking a two-dimensional object and then spinning it around the axis. Spinning it. It would create this, right? Look at. What is that? What shape is this?
It's like a cone.
That's a cone. A cone is created by taking a two-dimensional triangle, spinning it around an axis, and you get a three-dimensional shape. And I can ask you, okay, how much three-dimensional space does that make up? That's a volume question, and that's where we're headed next week. That's 3D. So 1D, that's just a distance between two points. Right, Cruz? 2D is flat surface, the yellow inside this triangle. 3D is volume, three-dimensional space. Now, you have two words defined. That's all covered right now. Go on to your two ed puzzles. Okay, so we're stopping right now. Don't lose that paper because we're going to come back to that paper tomorrow. Put it in your folder. Go on to ed puzzle 1 and ed puzzle 2. Do the one in order. There's a perimeter ed puzzle, then an area perimeter ed puzzle. Hit it.